Hi guys, so welcome to the second series of the Kaur Aura Podcast. My name is Satvia Kaur and I'm your host. And yeah, welcome. Like seriously, guys, it's been a while even introducing this episode, right? But I thought we'll just get into it, just focus on this episode, just to give you a bit of a reminder of what we're all about, why I've even started this podcast. Um, and what's to come and what's happened, like what's been the whole bloody delay, which I'm really sorry about. It's been quite the delay, right? But so much good stuff has happened, and this is what I wanted to really spend an episode speaking about, guys. Like seriously, like honestly, when we get into it, it's just amazing things have happened. Like I'm so grateful, but let's remember, guys, as much as there's been great stuff happening, there's obviously with those highs come those bloody lows, right? Guys, I'm going to be honest, like when you're recording, because it's all new to me, we're visual now as well, available in some outlets. So I don't know how to look. Do you look at yourself through the screen or do you look up at the camera on the laptop? But yeah, as you can see, guys, I'm still on that learning path of this whole podcast. But I'm hoping from the previous series up to now, like to this new one, you're seeing some growth, right? Because that's what it was all about. I remember I was very much early on in my whole set of podcasts, things that I'm doing though that I never thought that I would be doing. Like, do you know what I mean? So I'm forever grateful for that. And we've got to start somewhere, right? But I'm hoping you see the growth, and that's what it's all about. Starting somewhere and then going up and up and up and away. Woo! But yeah, so I still haven't figured out this thing, but we're going to learn that. And I think it's just down to how I speak as well. So my eyes are going to wander a bit. If you're watching visually. Just as a reminder, guys, for those that don't know and haven't listened to the first series, yeah, my name is Satvia Kaur, and the Kaur Aura Podcast is an extension of my business. So it's a business that I created back in 2021. Oh, bloody hell. Oh, Scheitzekoff. And we're now in 2025. Bloody hell. When you say it out loud, it seems so thick, but when you're in it, you don't realize the time to it. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I started Kaur Aura after going on a personal journey, which if you've listened to my first series, you will know a bit about what it's all about. And just some personal changes I made, like necessary bloody changes I made in my life. So much so that I needed, do you know what I mean? The path that I was on was just really not a good path. I was like undertaking some really unhealthy habits that were serving me no purpose at all. And it really affected me massively. It was impacting on my physical health and my mental health, emotionally, spiritually, even. Yeah, it just was not a good path, guys. So I finally found the courage to, because that's what a lot of it was about as well. I didn't have the courage to make those steps. Like I knew the steps I had to make, but I didn't have the courage to do it. Like I didn't know where to start. I felt so overwhelmed. Yeah, it took a lot of that. It took a lot of undoing who you thought you were to who I'm now becoming, like honestly, because that's what I spoke a lot about my journey. Like, I was approaching 40 at the time, so I undertook like a 12-week journey to 40, whereas focusing more on my like health, like physically, mentally, spiritually, even emotionally. Really, I want to get to my strongest, and so I was on a bit of a journey as I approached 40. Like I said, like mentioned before, that journey is like forever ever forever ever. But I wanted to hone in on it as I approached 40, because me approaching 40, it was going to be a whole new ball game. Like if I didn't make those changes, and don't get me wrong, it's freaking hard, man. But I just was fed up of living with regret and fed up with the way I was living. Like I was waking up, being so sick of waking up and feeling so fed up of feeling so fed up. Like, do you know what I mean? And I was hating on it, and I was looking back on life, but there was something nudging in me that was like, there's more to life. Like I know I had it in me, but I had to really, you know what I mean? Like, I just had to really reach out, like, and just put myself in that state. And it was almost like that. No one's coming here to save you, pal. And just get on it and focus and find that in you. And just something hit me. And I reached a point, maybe it was my lowest point, where I was going to make some kind of permanent damage or do some permanent damage, or it will affect me in a not good way. So it was like my final call to change shit up almost, like. And I bloody took it because I felt it. I felt it as well. And yeah, But anyway, bloody hell, guys, went off on a tangent. Whoopsie. But it's a lot of that as well. So, yeah, so Kaur Aura started. So after I made those changes, and I was gradually, it was small changes, like it's really hard, like, guys, do you know what I mean? And it was during the pandemic when we were in lockdown. And I feel like that hit people where people were doing a lot of self-reflection, do you know what I mean? And looking at life, it was scary times, people dying, and it was really testing times and really hard times. And I did think, bloody hell, if anything ever was to happen to me, I would have gone down really sad, like, and that's just not a good way to go. And I didn't want that for me. And it was just such a hard one. But anyway, there's more on that in my first series. I think I explained a bit more about it in there, but it's all about, though, not dwelling on that. It's kind of using that as your fuel to bloody get you to a better place and owe that to yourself to get there for you, because we all have our personal path and we're dealing with our own personal thoughts, and we're the only one that goes to sleep at night with our own thoughts. And I'm talking about that, making changes to that, being more at peace. And when I look back on my journey, I just wasn't at peace, guys. And I felt like where I was almost like not being true to who I am. So part of the changes that I did make were towards my nutrition, like, and that was massive. And this was something that I've always had this weird relationship, like, with food, with my body, my weight fluctuating, like, do you know what I mean? It's fad and trend towards diet. I've tried them all, like, ridiculous, really ridiculous. But when I was making changes on myself, and I was reading a lot, I was watching a lot of, like, motivational stuff, because I really needed things to get me going. I needed advice, like guidance. So I started reading more, like from motivational people that have become like successful people. And that doesn't mean like money orientated ways, like, do you know what I mean? This is like just advice, even philosophical advice, like any type of advice that was all about reaching that better, higher state. And just living in a better state and being happy and finding purpose, because that was another thing that I lacked. A lot of key was work on your nutrition, like, you're nowhere without your body, right? This beautiful vessel we're in. So it was all about that. And I, at the time, was really neglecting my body's needs. I was really, like, almost disrespecting it, because that's how I felt towards mine with the habits that I was doing, like. And when I read about it more, I thought, you know what, I've really got to get that down. Like, I lacked knowledge. I think that's why I was so up and down with my nutrition throughout my life, and my whole weight fluctuating. It was lack of knowledge. But the more I've learned about it now, making changes to myself, and then also qualifying as like a nutritionist for my business and stuff, I realize now it was lack of knowledge. And that's what I find a lot with my clients that I work with as well, that it is lack of knowledge. And that's not a bad thing. We need to know different to do different, to move different, right? So yes, that's why when I work with my clients now, I make sure that we build on their knowledge. So it's all about that as well. Like, knowledge is key, guys, right? Knowledge is power. So after making changes on my nutrition, that's why I set up like Kaur Aura, working with clients on their nutrition, on their fitness, just like movement really to the body. Like, I'm not qualified in that sense, but I have worked with like PTs to create like body weight guides, which we give out to our clients. And this is just all about movement, like basic advice, just to kind of help you build a bit of a foundation to start from. I'm all about that, because that's how I kind of learned myself. And that's the kind of moves I made with the changes that I made towards myself. And that's a very much of what Core is all about as well, and what I do with my clients, the way I work with them. It comes from a personal friend. It comes from a lot of like personal things that worked for me. Yeah, so as much as like we have the evidence-based research-backed guidance and what's been taught through a textbook, right? A lot of it is I like to practice what I preach out here. So yeah, a lot of what I teach my clients comes from personal lived experience. And sometimes they say, well, lived experience is the best experience, right? So yeah, so I'm all about that. And with my business, like, I'm just so early on in it. Like, as much as like I say out loud, it's like 4 years, and some people take that as, wow, it is a long time. Like, it is to some, but to me, when you're so in it and you know where you're going with it, I feel so early on in Aura. Like, honestly, so much with what I want to do with Core Aura, like, I'm nowhere near it. As much as I'm so grateful about where I am, like, do you know what I mean? There's so much more I want to do. So to me, I'm like, okay, that's fine. And I get reassurance when I look up stuff, very into that. I have to be motivated, because that's what sometimes the encouragement you need to keep going, because a lot of this personal business journey that I'm on is about that. Like, I'm out here doing something that I never thought would be possible for me. I never thought I'd have courage, the confidence to even do this. So there's a lot of self-doubt creeps in. Do you know what I mean? So there's a lot of like I'm gaining positive skills like, on my confidence because that's something I lacked massively. There are still other areas that I'm working on, like a lot of self-doubt creeps in. Because it is testing times with this whole business journey. There is a lot of highs and lows, and as much as I really want to focus my all and give everything to my business, I do have other responsibilities in my life that you got to deal with, which is part and parcel of life. Like I'm not out here complaining. Do you know what I mean? It's my responsibilities. I've took them on, and this is the way it is. And it's all about that. I'm choosing to make these changes, and this is because I really want the things I want in life and what I want to achieve with Kaur Aura, and just a personal thing, and just to show my son as well. Just going forward. I won't go too much into it, guys. But with regards to my business, I find as well with the clients going forward, we're focusing now more on women-centered care. That's just been decided with the amount of clients that I've had come through have been mainly women. And I find as well through my lived experiences as a woman, it's kind of shaped me to who I am today and who I'm becoming. And who I became at one point. A lot of it was related to being a woman and my experiences that you go through as a woman. So I feel like it's with my business, I really kind of focus on that. I want to hone in on that really. I really want to work with women more to kind of really let them be reassured in their strength. Like we'll be honest, out here as women we go through a lot. Like, not saying that men don't, like, seriously, but I'm only speaking from my experiences, and a lot of it is related to as a woman, and women can relate with one another. Like we go through our personal individual journeys that we do just by being women, right? We go through a whole different journey to men, and that's fine. Like, men do as well. Like, there's nothing, it's not that whole bloody palaver what's going on out there, right? um but it's just acknowledging that, yes, but so many positive things that have happened in my business, that so many, like, bloody hell, when I listen back to my podcast, how early on I was in my journey, and even my whole thinking, like when I go back to how I was thinking at that time, gosh, I never thought that, like, guys must have been nominated for like awards, like business awards, like finalists for Aura. Like, how amazing is that? Bloody hell, so grateful. Like, I remember back early on in my journey when I was made aware of these awards shows, and I was thinking, oh my gosh, to think next year I'd love to experience that. Bloody hopefully be in a position with my business where we'd be viable and we'd be seen as that eligible to apply for such a thing. I did, like, the following year I applied for various awards and it came through, like, and just to be recognized, like my business being viable, like at the early times, and I think about even setting up Kaur Aura and just what I wanted to do with it and what I still want to do with it. Like, there's so much more to come and so much more I want to do. I'm still very early on in that sense, but to have the confidence to apply and put my business out there and then be acknowledged that we're viable to be up as like a finalist, man, is massive. Like, honestly, it's just the best feeling. Like, there's no stopping us. Like, I'm still applying, guys. Like, do you know what I mean? um but yeah, like, feelings like that is just unbelievable, guys, and I don't want to keep dwelling on it, but it's just like to hopefully encourage others, because that's what I'm all about, just empowering people and letting them know, like, you may feel that you're feeling a certain way at the moment, like in a low mood, low state, and you're just feeling kind of crappy, you're just really down on yourself, and you're looking back on shit and you're thinking that there's nothing good ahead of you or nothing current around you, but please just hold on. Like, there really is. Like, seriously, guys, it's a hard ass journey, like, seriously, but you just got to surround yourself by with the right support. There are people around that can offer you that, and that trust in yourself. Like, if you get to that point, just really trust in yourself, and just the key is it's within you. Like, work on yourself. Like, take that time out just to shut off from everything and re-find yourself, because you've got it in you to make those bloody changes and to live that life that you freaking deserve and that you want and that you've dreamed about. Like, when you were in a better state and feeling more happier. Do you know what I mean? Even when you were younger, when we were kids, we were innocent beings, and we're out here and we have so many dreams and aspirations and excitement for what's to come. So never lose that excitement, guys. That's what I'm all about, encouraging that and reaching out to those that maybe are that just may be in a bit of a sticky sitch and you're feeling like you're stuck in the mud, you're having regrets, sadness. You just want to reach a better state and you just want to feel more at peace. Like, I really want to reach those people and reassure those that there is help out there. And whatever you think that you're going through, like, please, you're not alone, like, seriously. So yeah, so I do love to remind my clients of that, because I do find as well, as much as I'm working with my clients on their diet and lifestyle improvements, a lot of it is deep rooted habits, because we take on these habits, like with overeating, for example, emotional eating. We take it on because we're suppressing a lot. Like, I know that that's what I was doing, and we have lack of energy, so we're not active enough. I know I was in my pit. Bloody hell, if I could have been 24/7, do you know what I mean? I was just getting out because I had like these responsibilities, so I knew I had to get out for that, but I was doing the bare minimum, guys, and that's not good. But yeah, so I get it. There's always a reason. So when I work with my clients, it's acknowledging that as well and letting them know that they're not alone. Like, well, you'll never be judged, like, when you're working with me, because who am I to bloody judge? Like, we're all out here surviving, trying to thrive out here. Do you know what I mean? Wanting to be the best versions of ourselves and wanting to live a best life and just want the best for us. And why not, man? And just to be true to us and be our true, bloody, authentic selves. And this is something I've always suppressed and never had the courage to be myself. So I totally get it. So now that I feel like I am and I'm embracing myself more, like, trust me, guys, I'm still got areas, weaknesses that I'm still working on. But I'm loving who I'm becoming, and I'm going to embrace it. And if I have to put myself out there and not everyone gets it, and that's fine, but I'm willing to put myself out there for those, to encourage those and give them the encouragement to step out there, man. Step out there into your bloody power and take control and realize just how amazing you are and the bloody amazing sovereign beings that we all are, right? Yeah. And that's what I promote. And that's what Kaur Aura is all about. So as much as like we're working on your diet and lifestyle, there's also like other stuff. So it's quite the experience when you come and work with me, right, guys? But yeah, I always say it's the Kaur Aura way, and you'll get it if you join it. And you hopefully you'll get it as well, the Kaur Aura way. You'll get it as we go along. So even now, guys, since the last intro episode I did for the second series up until now, there's been some further changes. So I know I mentioned about a co-host not working. That's still the case, like a full-time co-host, in that sense. Like, we're still going to have guests on. We've got so many amazing guests lined up that are really influential, like I mentioned, and like inspirational. They're doing great things, like really great inspirational role models out there for people, just to encourage and elevate others, and to let you know, like, they offer such great services and support and guidance, and they come from real true lived experiences. So that's what we're all about, and just really great people. And so that's all to come. So we're going to be sharing that. I've also a kind of like co-host that I'm going to have here and there, my beautiful, amazing friend Kiki, but you're going to learn all about her on the next episode. But yeah, so we are going to be joined on a few episodes. She's going to be like a regular co-host, let's call her. Kiki, my friend that I made early on in my journey when I was making some changes, and Kiki was going through her own change, and the way we connected, guys, like, she lives all the way in the USA, like in Texas, and the way we've connected is just godsend. We're speaking about it on her intro episode. You'll hear more about it on her episode that's to come. She was just been a godsend, and she's going to be a co-host to some episodes where we're going to speak more about our journeys, and we're going to kind of speak on other topics. It's going to be good vibes, it's going to be fun, it's going to be knowledgeable. Like, you're going to learn so much from Kiki. Like, I'm learning so much from her journeys. She's just an amazing, beautiful being, and I can't wait for you to meet her and for her to join us on episodes to come. So yeah, Kiki's going to be my co-host here and there. See what I mean, though, guys? So things just change, and I like to go with it. A lot of the times, so don't get me wrong, I do bloody question things and they don't work out. Hence the delay in getting this series together. But I got to trust in it, and other great stuff was happening in the meantime. And it's not like I'm sloppy with my podcast, like, I'm really not. There's so much I want to do with my podcast as well, and where I want to go with it, and the topics that I want to raise, and the awareness, and just the kind of guidance and knowledge and people I want to bring on, and just so much I want to do with it. Yeah, and the delay was caused by so much good stuff happening, but I knew I couldn't dedicate that time as much as I wanted to wanted to do with the podcast, because that was a bit of my struggle before the previous series. You know, doing it at ridiculous times where it was affecting, like, just I was tired. I probably weren't coming through properly, expressing myself. Like, don't get me wrong, guys. I've listened to the previous series and bloody hell, some of the episodes. So I do apologize, and hopefully you'll see the difference and the growth. And that's what it's all about, growing and evolving. Do you know what I mean? If there's anything out there that you want, like, there's so much I want to do with this podcast, and I have to start from somewhere, and I'm learning, and it's all part of this fun journey and experience. So I'm loving it, thinking, bloody hell, Sarah, you're setting up a podcast here. Like, do you know what I mean? And it's all about that. Like, people may see it as kind of cringy or whatever. Like, these are true comments I've heard. But at the same time, I've had positive, so I'm going to always focus on the positive, because that's what it's all about. And you're not always going to be everyone's liking it. That's okay. Like, we're not about that. I get that. So, but there are going to be some that do get it. So I'm hoping they come through and they're listening and they gain something from it, because that's, like I said, that's what it's all about. Just supporting one another, guys. Like, we're all out here on this beautiful rock at the same time together, this life experience, this human experience. So let's just support one another and learn from one another and grow from one another and just live our best freaking lives, right? And be true to you. It's all about being your true, authentic self. And I'm all about that, and just being happy and free. So like I said from my previous series, like, I know it was a bit all over the place. I went off on many tangents, right? And I digressed many times, guys. Oopsie. But like I said, it is part and parcel of the journey. I'm just learning as I go along. And it's quite exciting as well. So as much as it's like really all over the place for other people, so I do apologize. At the same time, I'm so excited about it that I'm doing this. But please do bear with me, guys, because there is so much more to come, and there will be like more refinement. Is that a word? We'll go with it. Refinement to it. And just improvement to it. And that's what it's all about. Because like I said, there's so much more I want to do with this podcast. And I really want to create such a platform where it's all about encouraging others to grow. It's going to be a really positive influence on people. I feel like in the way the world is bloody going at the moment, we need more of that. We need more positive influences. I've connected with so many great positive influences on my journey that have impacted my life massively in such a positive way that I feel like it would benefit others and reassure others that, guys, there's people in your communities, even local to you, where they're offering this type of support, and they're around. They're not going to judge you. Like, they're here to help you, and they're amazing beings, and they've gone through their own journeys. And that's what it's all about, hearing about other people's stories and what they've gone through, for reassurance. And I know it's really hard out there to step out and reach out to people, because let's be honest, you're not always going to get that support, and you are going to be judged. Like, that's the harsh reality. Like, people are bloody judgy out here, right? But I want to create a space where you're not going to be judged. Like, you can come to us with anything and just share what you have to share. You just want to grow and evolve and feel better and just do better and be better for yourself and your well-being. Then yeah, and there's so many great people around you that are doing amazing things. So I want to kind of bring that all together and show you, and just raise the awareness, and for you to reach out to them, like, amazing people, and they're really open and they really offer that. Yeah, so it's all about creating an amazing positive platform like that, right? And that's what it's all about, working together and sharing what we know, and the kind of genuine support that we want to give to others and support one another, because that's what it's all about, man. Creating something bigger than us for the greater good, right? um yeah, so if that's your vibe, then yeah. And even further guests, like, if there's any guests that do want to, I'm just gonna put it out there, that want to come on my podcast as a guest, that have that positive vibe, that have influenced, that have gone through something, they want to share anything just to help encourage and empower others, do you know what I mean? Come together, like, come through. Seriously, we're all about that, like, building that kind of tribe where we're on the same vibe. Woo, I love that. But yeah, so yeah, come through, like, feel free. Going forward as well, me and Kiki have decided that we're going to create a email address, so just for people to contact us. It's going to be purely through what you've listened through the podcast, and any type of support you need. If you want to come through as a guest, if you want that extra support, if you need to be signposted to anything, if you've like listened to an episode and with a guest that you want their info further, like, we could put you in touch with them, or anything like that. So it's just like working together in that sense. How amazing would that be to build some kind of network like that, man? Like that would be amazing. So guys, if there's anybody out there that wants to reach out and join this kind of tribe that we're trying to build, man, then please come through. That's what we're all about. And it'd be so appreciated. Like I'm all about that. Since making those changes, I don't ever want to help how I felt. I just sad that other people may be feeling that and even be like, I feel like I got off lightly. There's people that are going through some really deep and dark stuff, and it's just so sad, and you just never want people to suffer like in silence. And just because I know of people personally that have going through shit, gone through stuff, really sad, dark energy, and really sad stuff, man. And even didn't find a way out. Like, how sad is that? And you never want anyone to think like that and suffer in silence. And just be true to you and have that confidence and courage and belief in yourself to do that. Do you know what I mean? And just be around people that are going to support that seriously, and you will find them. And I'm hoping to build a kind of network that is kind of creating that. And for everyone to come together, those that are on that vibe, like we're all about self-development for ourselves, encouraging others to do the same, man. Do you know what I mean? Just everyone to be out here and enjoy your time whilst we're on this beautiful, beautiful rock. Yeah, and just give to one another and just love one another, support one another. That's what it's all about. God's work. But even just to give you a bit of a rundown, guys, on my whole path that I'm on, like how I'm focusing on like my spirituality more, my fitness, my nutrition. I'm still on those journeys. Do you know what I mean? And no, I didn't hit the goals from before my previous series, but it's okay. I was doing other things that are still serving me a purpose, and it's still I'm still growing, and it's developing me in a good way, and yeah, helping me to become the version that I want to become. So yeah, still positive progress, which is what I'm all about. But yeah, with my fitness, I've started to work with somebody who's going to be a guest on here as well, which I'm really excited about. I'm working with an amazing PT. I've learned so much from him, like my knowledge through fitness and the benefits of exercise, and all that, and just his own personal story. Like he's an amazing, influential role model, and I just thought, you know what, I've learned so much from you, so it'd be amazing to have you on. So yeah, he's going to be coming on as well, which is going to be amazing. But yeah, fitness wise, it's going great. I do have my personal goals with that, guys, and where I'm going with it, and hopefully I can kind of let you know about it as we go along. But yeah, good things, exciting stuff. It's hard, like don't get me wrong, everything that's going on, like life in out here, right? It's been hard to maintain, and that's just being realistic. Sometimes we are going to hit those times where you're not going to get that workout in. You just got to dust yourself off and try again. And that's what I say to my clients. It's about being realistic as well, right? There are going to be days where sometimes I manage it. Sometimes when I'm having a heavy day, right, and I manage it by just eating something crappy, just emotional eater, I found that I'm very much have been throughout my um life. So it's about managing that. Do you know what I mean? It's not always having that as my go-to because I've created new habits. But sometimes that can be my go-to, and that's okay. Do you know what I mean? It's all about getting back on it the next day and just sitting with it and just kind of decompressing, digesting what you've gone through, why you've turned to that avenue. Relapses are common, and it's about how we manage it and get back on top of doing your shit and changing shit up, right? So yeah, I'm working on that. But so much going on. And even as a midwife, guys, that's another change I've gone through. I'm having to kind of go back here and there. As a bank midwife, do shifts here and there, which is fine. Like I said, a lot of what I spoke about was how I wasn't fulfilled as a midwife. I just wasn't aligned to what I should be doing. Like I feel really aligned with what I'm doing now. And I think that's what it's about. But with being a midwife, it's an amazing career to have. And even going back and doing shifts here and there, I'm just so grateful that I've got that avenue because it's very much needed, like being realistic on my business journey as well. I've had to like financially do that. And that's the reality of your business as well, guys. Like it's not all about making bloody money. I'm 4 years in and I ain't seen none of that yet. But that's fine. That's not going to put me off. That's part and parcel. I know for sure where I want to go financially, even with it. That's not going to happen just yet because of where I'm going with it. So I'm very, really early on. So yeah, I'm just very grateful I have that. And I've been qualified like for 14 years and I'm damn proud of that. And there was a time when I didn't look back on it and I wasn't proud on it. And instead I was just really like unhappy in it and just angry at myself that I didn't choose the right career path and a lot of that. Whereas I think, hold on a minute, Sat, you worked so bloody hard to get there. So I do appreciate that I do have it. It's been amazing to go back as a bank midwife, where I feel like I have more control over it. Yeah, because a lot of it was that I think a lot of my unfulfillment and not enjoying my role as a midwife was just the good old politics that goes on there within the NHS. You know, if you know, you know. But being a bank midwife, it's allowed me a bit of that freedom to just be a bit more in control of that. And I'm really grateful. There's some amazing people that I work with, like seriously, some genuine, amazing, great souls that I've had got a lot of history with, and then we've had some amazing shifts. Like when I think about how long I've known these guys, like over a decade, like that sounds crazy. But some amazing people that I work with at the hospital, like seriously. And I'm hoping as well to get a couple of midwives on. That would be amazing. So if any of you bruisers are listening, then please come through, guys, like seriously. Actually, I'm going to reach out to some and say, come on my podcast, and be really good to talk about just being a midwife, because as much as I spoke of like struggles, and it can be really demanding on your emotions, it's really stressful, busy, like I said, a lot of politics. It's an amazing career, like you're facilitating birth, and you're there for a really momentous and really memorable life experience for women and their families, and that's amazing to be a part of. Do you know what I mean? So I'll forever be grateful for that, and I'm proud of that. So yeah, it wasn't my plan, guys, I'll be honest, to go back as a midwife and do as many shifts that I'm planning on doing, but it is part and parcel of it. But it's good now, like I'm seeing it in a whole different light, and I think that's part of the change and how I'm growing. Yeah, and appreciating things more and seeing the good in a lot of things. So yeah, it's amazing. So yeah, shout out to lovely maternity staff that I work with. I freaking love yous. Woo! And guys, the biggie, like my spirituality, is something I'm still exploring and enjoying it so much, and loving it, and just who I'm becoming with it. Like I mentioned it before in my previous series, God is a massive part of my life and has been instrumental in my changes. And it's been very non-physical. And that's a part of my whole journey that I'm on now. Like I'm still exploring that whole side of things. And it's just been amazing so far, like seriously. But don't get me wrong, this whole spiritual journey and awakening, and I know I've mentioned it before, it's become such a buzzword now, but with it, like, it's not all like amazing and positive. And I may come through like that. And I think people think that I'm going through life like that, like, oh, positive vibe, guys. But it's really not. Like, there is some ugly sides to it, knowing and uncovering some truths to things, and to things that you thought were real when, and it's just a lot to explain, but I hope to go through it more. And the good thing is about having Kiki on as a co-host, she's very much into the same, so we're going to hopefully explore this whole topic further and together, and just speak on our experiences and our amazing, miraculous, godly experiences that we've had, down to like synchronicities, feelings, thoughts, subconsciously, oh gosh, just energies, so much I'm exploring. It's just amazing, guys. Yeah, so I'm still on that path and learning, and so much more I want to explore, and so much that I don't know. Like, do you know what? With life in general, like even with my business, like I've learned, I'm 4 years in, right? And as much as I've learned so much, when I look back on how I started and the lack of knowledge I had, which is normal, is part and parcel, like where you're starting from somewhere, like and I was so naive, like honestly. And I must admit, I probably ego, which that has now been dropped to the wayside, be gone for good. Naivety, like I didn't know, like I've learned so much, but realistically, and I'm being honest, guys, there's so much more I need to learn and to know. And that's with life in general. Like we never stop learning it, because the learning is endless, and knowledge is endless of what we could learn, right? But yeah, so that's with my business. As much as I've learned so much, like I feel really not quite seasoned pro, do you know what I mean? I've met so many of those, which I'm so grateful for. I'm just, yeah, there's so much more to learn. And with where I want to go, like I said, with Kaur Aura, I have to. And so much more you're doing on your own. Like I'm doing things out here on my own that I never thought that I would. Like honestly, a few years, things like this that I've had to do in my business, because you're literally doing bloody everything. Like, it's not like you can clock off and then hand it over to somebody else. Do you know what I mean? Like at the hospital, you do have to do everything, every little thing. And a lot of it is because, I'll be honest, like a lot of stuff that I'd want to delegate and wanted to delegate, it takes money and finances, and I'd love to. Eventually, I do want to kind of delegate and pay that out and outsource that. They're the pros, season pros. So I have to take on then the basic knowledge, which is a good thing to do anyway. But I have to kind of carry everything at the moment and do it until I'm in that position where I can kind of outsource that. But yeah, so I've come a long way. Do you know what I mean? But there's so much more to learn. And I've met some great people, like which I mentioned before. On the previous series, met some amazing people out there, guys. So if that's a bit of advice as well, if anyone's out there in their business journey early on, more early to me, that's what I've learned so far. Like even through networking, it's because a lot of it is, let's be honest, people are looking to get business, which is fine, right? But you are going to network with some really seasoned pros that are really generous with their knowledge and their support and their advice and their guidance, and with no cost. Like honestly, and I've met so many amazing people through that are well seasoned pros. Like really, when I learn more about them and find out more about them and how seasoned and experienced they are and knowledgeable and so successful and amazing, and they're giving their advice out, just amazing, genuine guidance and support, and they want so much for you and they want so much good for you. Honestly, I've met so many great people like that. It's been unreal, guys, and I'm so grateful to share these people with us all, for reassurance, for guidance, for further support, for you to reach out to them. Yeah, and that's what it's all about. Finding ways to support yourself, to surround yourself, trust in yourself, to make those necessary changes to feel better, man. Like honestly, it's in you. You can get there. And just to elevate and encourage others to make those changes, because that's what we're all about. So if anyone out there listening and you want to be a guest and you come with something and you want to share it and you deal with anybody, clients, or you help clients or help people in any way, then please get in touch. Like, this would be so exciting to kind of grow as we go along. Like, wow, thank you. Woo! But like I said, guys, a lot of loose ends to tie up from the previous series, even down to like some books that I mentioned that I was reading that I didn't give the titles of. So things like that. As we go along, I'm going to kind of, it's all going to tie in together. I went off on many tangents and stuff. Even like little things like my hike, an update on progress on that, and the type of training I was doing at the time, where I was, it's all going to kind of come together with the guests I bring on, and then further episodes to come. But I did just want to kind of just do a bit of an extra episode just to introduce me again, and just say how it's going to go going forward and what I hope to achieve going forward as well. Yeah, and the aims of it, and to reach out to others. Like if anyone's interested, then please feel free to get in touch. Like seriously, as a guest or for further advice, then just come through. We're here to support, guide, empower, just encourage, elevate you in any way to kind of grow and just improve yourself and make those changes to just feel better. And you're on that personal journey, and I get it. But yeah, I hope this episode's been useful. And I look forward to the next episode to come. And like I said, it's a bit of an intro to Kiki, as well as some amazing, amazing guests, guys. So exciting times. But just, thank you. Thank you, guys. Like seriously, even with this episode, I've gone freestyler. I'm freestyling out here. Do you know what I mean? So I hope it all comes together and makes sense and just explains just how we are and where we are with things and just all the amazing stuff. And I hope it explains a bit about the delay with getting the second series. And it wasn't down to sloppy standards, like seriously. With the podcast, it's always been in the back of my mind, like honestly, but I knew I couldn't dedicate that time that I needed to kind of get it out there, and with what I wanted to do with it, because I wanted to bring on guests, and oh my gosh, just how it is going to be going forward. It's so exciting, and that will hopefully explain the delay. But always, like I was doing my background work, like connecting with people, guests, and thinking how it's going to go forward, getting the space to do it, allocating the time. I'm just so excited with the guests we have on as well and where it's going to go, and just exciting times, guys. And I'm hoping it shows you growth and just how, what we can achieve and how amazing we are. We're out here having this experience as good old human beings, right? And just amazing in our capabilities and what we can do as humans. Honestly, it's amazing. And just, yeah, I want to support that. And I want people to realize how powerful we are and how great our lives can be. And it's not even about material gains. It's not about that. It's all about changing about how you think, your outlook on life and how you think toward yourself. That's key as well. Start from there. But yeah, we'll go more into it as we go along. But yeah, it's good to be back, guys. It's good to be bloody back. Woo! Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I look forward to the next episode, which will be coming very shortly. So yeah, until the next time, guys, just take care, you beautiful people.